Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So from a while now, I wanted to document my process of learning new things and like how I approach new stuff. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I want to rewrite this bar at the top in a different framework that's called Quickshell. Currently, tPanel has been written with AGS. I'll show you about AGS in a bit, but as you can see, this is my Valence shell. It has a bar up the top, and the left side it has a wallpaper manager, and the right side it has a dashboard for me to get stats on my system like RAM usage and other stuff. And the center you can see the launcher, the application launcher, right? So far it was really simple thing, but okay, let me show you what AGS is, right? Yeah, this is AGS. So basically it's a framework that lets you create your own Wayland desktop shell in multiple programming languages such as JavaScript, Python, and Lua, I believe. And there's one more thing called Vela. It comes with these sort of libraries built in: Auth, Battery, Bluetooth, Kava, Qt, Hyperland, and other stuff, right? And Quickshell is also the same thing, but it uses Qt under the hood, right? AGS uses GTK to create these widgets. Meanwhile, Quickshell is using Qt, and Qt seems more customizable to me so far. I could be wrong, but I'm not sure. But look at this desktop environment; it's fucking nice, and it's clean. I'm not aiming for like these many features. I just want a simple bar at the top and dashboard, this dashboard. That's all. Also, I'll be changing the orientation or layout of this dashboard. Instead of coming from the right side, I would rather want it to come out from the bar itself, so it gives us a unified interface, right? Let me see. Yeah, like this one. Like, see the top. Here's this. This is, oh, this is too much, man. This animation, okay, nice. That's a nice screenshot tool. That was nice. Yep. So in Quickshell, we gotta write our widgets in something called QML, I believe. Let's search for what QML is. QML is a Qt meta object language that declarative JSON like UI markup. It's basically a thing like that Qt requires you to write widget in that specific language, I believe. Yeah. So let's head over to documentation on how to install Quickshell, right? Let's go to user guide, installation step. I'll close this up real quick. Yeah. Let's do this one as well. Installation. Yeah. Okay. There are a couple of installation steps available for particular distribution: NixOS, Arch, Fedora, and Ubuntu as well. Nice. You can like use whatever distribution you have and those installation methods. I'm on NixOS, so I'll be using this Flake configuration right here. So I'll quickly copy it and paste it in my configuration. Go to the November next directory. Let's go to next, and we can head over to my flake.net. So let's do another. I'll paste this. Did I even copy it? Never mind. I didn't. Paste it over here. Yep. Delete these. We don't need that. Save it. Fix orientation a little bit. Should be good now. So after installing this, let's see further. Yeah, I will be able to reference this Quickshell package by this. Let's copy it over and I'll add it to my overlay first, so that I don't have to like reference the whole thing. Quickshell is equals to inputs. And let's replace my system sysdn host platform.system. Again, this is only Nix specific stuff, so you don't have to like worry about it. Oh, should be imports. Cool. I would be creating a home manager modules. Let's put it right here. I already have a Quickshell folder. I'll put it right here called default.next. And it should be home dot packages with pkgs Quickshell. Let's import pkgs from the lambda. Yep, should be good. Let's import this to my home manager config. If I can type, yeah, I believe this is it. Let's put it yellow mango. I'll do Quickshell C. So far I have added the flake input in my flake.next file. Then I've added that overlay so that I don't have to reference this long package name. And this is the Quickshell home module itself, and I'm importing that in my like my host home manager configuration, right? So let's add it to Git so that Nix won't yell at us, and let's rebuild. It's gonna take time, I believe. It's gonna take a long time. Let's explore further till then. Let's go to introduction. Okay, the config file lives in the typical XTG standard config path, and the main file name should be shell.qml. Okay, you can reference custom config to this. Cool. Let's come below panel window for bar widgets and overlays, floating window for standard desktop windows. Okay, so there are two types of windows. First is panel window for bars and other overlays, and there's floating window. Nice. We'll start with an example right here. This is an example of panel window anchors. Okay, this is the text. Cool. Running a process. Yeah, this is a static thing. We gotta run a process, obviously. We have to place a text. What if it's something useful to start with? Let's make a clock to get that time. We'll use date command. Okay. Okay, it has hot reloading. That's nice. And this is an example with like executing a command as well. It uses the children process that's called process. Command it running through stdio collector. What the heck is that? Okay, it's okay. It's to read the output of the run commands. On stream finish clock.text is equals to this.text. I believe this.text is referencing to where? Okay, to this text object. Clock.text. Okay, seems good. Running code and interval. Yeah, obviously you want that. With the above example, your bar should now display the time but isn't updating. Let's use timer to fix it. Okay, let's run the basic part first. Let me see how the process comes. Okay, it's going on. It's gonna take a while. Also, I think I should have like created a separate repository for this stuff instead of like directly integrated into my Nixos configuration. Yeah, I should do it the way I did with tPanel. Yeah, so tPanel lives as a NixOS module itself, so that other people can use it in their configuration. I'll be doing the same thing with this one as well. Let's let this finish first. Okay, let's do one thing. I'll be creating a separate Nixos module for that so that I don't have to rewrite and stuff. Let's copy this flake.nix file. Let's go to Quickshell, go in nvim, create a file called flake.nix, paste stuff there, select go at the top. Yeah, that's good. Instead of AGS, we'll be using Quickshell right here. Okay, the stuff. Delete these, and delete these. Top. Yeah, we gotta remove all this bullshit, man. We won't be needing all this stuff. Packages.system. pkgs.run command x.default. So far I only need a dev shell, so I believe we can remove everything and add couple of packages right here. Let's remove stuff about till. Let's remove this let as well. Okay, I removed the systems variable now. We need system, we need KGS and this to add all this at the top. We need these two anyways. X.default. We'll be using this as well for now. Yeah, self is fine. Dev shell pkgs.make shell build inputs, and we gonna use inputs dot what was the line? This whole thing. Here do $16 right here. And right here we can do inputs. This should give us a Quickshell dev environment. Let's run its develop. Flake inputs. What happened? I think it should be shell right here, and let's leave this something because of that. Yeah. Alright, I believe it's done. Let's run US. Cool, it's done. Nice. Let's copy our first example from the introduction tab. Let's close everything from here. So there. We'll be copying this one. I'll move the browser to that tab. Let's write shell.qml, paste this stuff, close this, and should be qs-c projects t-shell. Nice, we got a bar at the top. Sweet. Now we need to, like, as you can see, there's a clock at the top, right? But it's not updating obviously because we haven't like wrote a timer. something like that, like calling the code at a particular intervals. So let's see about it. Here's the documentation. With the menu bar should now display the time. Alright, what is new right here? Timer is a Qt widget, okay. And panel window, we have panel window right here, implicit height, text, everything's there. And there's just this timer, okay. And we have to provide the process its own ID called date process, okay. And there's a timer. Let's copy this snippet over here. I believe it will be pasting here and updating the text has already has a okay, right here. We give text ID is equals to date. Wow. Is it updating? Oh yeah, it started updating at the top, as you can see. Nice, sweet. Cool. Let's see what more they have. Reusable components. If you have multiple monitors, yes I do, you might have noticed that your bar is only on one of them. That is true. If not, you still want to follow the section to make sure your bar doesn't appear if your monitor disconnects. Cool. We use variants object. What is variants? It's something from Quickshell itself, okay, to create an instance of non-widget item. Say repeater for doing something similar with visual items, okay. These are sort of a singleton kind of thing, I think. The variants type create instance of component based on a data model you supply. A component is a okay, so I believe it says if you have multiple monitors, we gotta use this widget called variant. It's create like multiple instances, but under the hood it's maybe the same process. Okay, what's new right here? I'll move it there. Variants. So the panel window will be the child of delegate component. Okay, I'll copy this whole thing, paste it here and see what happens. Yeah, okay, I got a bar at my another monitor as well. This is nice. And what happened right here? The screen from the screen list will be injected into this property. Okay, so we can then set the window screen to the injected property. Something new, but okay, no worries. We got our block widget right there, so I am happy. What's next? With this bar, we can destroy and plug in. Okay, so with this example, what is happening is we create two bars on two different monitors, right? And those two bars are spinning up individual process for getting the time right here, right? But that is redundant. We don't want that, because obviously we can have one process that updates the time on both of the monitors. So for that we gotta use a widget called scope. Okay, there are few Quickshell quirks that we need to account for. Yeah, so yeah. Okay, now the variant becomes the children of this scope widget, and we gotta move process and timer outside of the variant, right? So that it doesn't create twice. Obviously, because variant is for like multiple variants, right? So it's just spinning up multiple processes right here. So let's copy this. Now see this variant, this will spin up multiple instances of this bar on individual monitors, and right here we have single process that is updating the data at the top right here. Cool. But there's a slight problem, I believe. Let's see the terminal output of ours. Yeah, reference error. Clock is not defined. Cool. I know why is it. Since this process and the timer are not the direct children of this above component, now it can't reference to this clock object, obviously. For that, we gotta create a global variable, I believe. Let's scroll down. Yep, this is the exact error we are having. This is because clock object, even though it has an ID, cannot be referenced outside of its component. Yeah, remember components can be created any number of times, including zero, so clock may not exist. Cool. We can fix it with a property definition. Okay. So for that, we gotta do this. Let's go right here, paste it there, remove this stuff, and in the bottom, we gotta reference it like root.time, this.text. Cool. Right here, I believe. Root.time, this.text, and there's something more. Parent anchors text. Okay, we gotta update this as well. This whole text widget, it should be text root.time. Should work. Why is it not working? Let's move this clock. Should work now. What did we do? What did we do? This.text, date, stdio collector, root.time, anchor, center and parent, implicit height and top. Everything seems right to me. Should I just restart? Cannot assign to an existing property. Existing property where? Oh my god, I'm stupid. It should be root.time instead. Yep, now we got our clock, and it's the same process on both of the monitors. Nice. Let's read further. Okay, there's some sorts of cleanup that is happening over here, and this is what it's telling us. Let's see the example directly. What's going on? ID, root, everything is there. Variants, Quickshell.screen, delegate. Okay, so it says components can be defined implicitly, meaning we can remove the wrapping window and place window directly into delegate property. Okay, so I think we can remove this. Yep. Remove the required property, anchors, implicit height, process, timer, everything's the same. Okay. The default property for variants is delegate itself. Okay, which means you can obviously you can skip it since it's the default one. Nice. So far this is our bar, and it looks nice. Let's see. First, I don't want it to span across the screen, so I need to set width. I believe it should be implicit width, and it's gonna be 1200. Am I wrong? Yep. Is it just width? Nope. Maybe the anchors are the anchors are the issue. Now the bar is 1200 pixel long, close to it. Now we need them to be rounded. How do we make it rounded? Let's search right here. Making a rounded window. This is it. Let's see. And okay, it's as simple as radius to 10. Why? Okay, it should be in. Okay, we gotta create a new children component called rectangle, and then we can set the radius to that. So it's sort of similar to Dart, where you have a global top parent widget, and then every other thing is the widget itself, right? Cool. I believe parents panel window anchors and other stuff we can do is copy this and paste it over here and the text and other move the text inside the rectangle and copy this radius paste right here. Do we have those bar? No, we don't. Why is I think we should do color transparent as well on the panel window. Working, did work. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, it's not working. What's wrong? Anchors to implicit height, implicit width, anchors dot filling parent. Oh, it's working. I had two radius properties. That was the issue. Cool. Let's set it to 8. Nice. Before this, I would like to set up this QML LSP, obviously, because I don't want to format this code manually. Let's go to installation step again and see editor configuration, new Vim. What is it telling us? We have a tree setter as well, and we have a language server. So let us configure this snippet, and the command is qmls.p. Okay, let's stop this. I'll spin up a Tmux window. Go to my we gotta install the tree setter thing first. Plugins. There is tree setter. Ensure install m.treesetter m.mason. So right here we'll do what's the QMLJS. Yes. Say let's type it QML. Save it right there. And we have to add the language server as well, which is QMLLS. That should be it. And we got to obviously set up the LSP configuration right here. What does it say for LSP config? Okay, let's copy this. LSP.qml setup, and the CMD should be that. qml-win.lsp. Oh, config. It should have been like this. We got a rebuild, man. Click, not even T and Vim. Let's type it. What do we need else? First of all, we gotta change the color of the bar. It's right here. Everything should be good now. Let's copy the color from panel. Should be in style variables. The background color is this. Right slash. Nice. Now we gotta change the color of this. Stop it for panel again. It's a straight white color. Color should be nice. And what else do we need? Okay, let's see how we can add rows and columns, layout and other stuff in Quickshell. Item size, position. I believe we have completed the introduction part so far. Let me scroll down. Okay, we have left some few things, multiple files and singletons. I'll worry about it later on because we don't need it as of now. Let's move on to item size and position. CPU is running hot. Below is an example container. We gotta go to this layout. Qt comes a set of layout and Qt layouts, module layouts such as rows, column, and grid layout are extremely useful for position items. Yep. Check this out. Import. Cool. So what layout I'm going for is, it will be just like one column right here, then there will be a center column, and then there will be a column that is aligned to the right side of the bar. That's all. And for that, we believe row layout should do it. Let's see the basic examples. Grid layout. Yeah, we gotta go grid layout. Check both of these. Can we have grid layout and change the orientation of that? Columns 3, the rows property was similar to item position. Yeah, I think this is it. Won't be needing normal layout now. Column layout, rectangle. Wasn't it great? Row layout, column layout, rectangle, color. Let's copy this grid layout entirely. Where should we paste this now? Should be inside this rectangle, obviously. And yeah, some okay, and we have color right here, but it didn't load. And dot fill parents. There should be one row and 3 columns. Color should is fine. Let's move this text container. Fill grid lower. What the heck? Is not a type. Oh, I believe we got imported. We haven't imported. Nice. We only want 3, right? So I'll delete the last one. Will it center things? Nope. How can I place them in center? I mean, the middle one should be placed in the center and the right one should be placed on the right side. Okay, there should be something fill width, preferred width. Man, if there was, if the LSP was configured, it would be way easier because I could have just typed layout and see what properties are, what options are available. I believe this should do it in the second one. Okay. Yeah, somewhat, but not like this. Layout dot place center. Let's ask ChatGPT. Center this grid layout like flex box. Very bad prompt though. We did that. Okay, we need this Q layout dot alignment is what we are looking for. Does it work? Layout. We got to remove what? Line center, I believe. Yeah, it is center. We should set this one to not center, of course. We gotta put it at the horizontal layout should be extreme right. I don't think so. It's vertical or is it? No. Qt dot align at right. Bro, I need the LSP. It's a pain without LSP, man. gotta search for these damn snippets. Right to left user interfaces. Let's see what's going on right here. Text dot alignment. No, we don't want text. Qt dot right to dot left. Can I just do okay, let's ask ChatGPT. I want the first rectangle to be placed at left. The middle one should be in center, and the third one should be at the right. Okay, align left, align. Okay, we do things like this. Let's copy all this bullshit from paste it right here fast. Why there's a spacer? Copy. Yeah. Remove this. Copy the last one. Nice. And for sanity, move all these to last. Also, instead of specifying the height and weight, let's take parents height. Okay, let's take parents in height inside left. I believe it's going to be same for it as well. Layout dot fill height is equals to true, not true, and it should be same for width as well. Yeah, I'm looking for something like this. Let's copy everything right here. This there, this goes there. Let's get rid of these as well. Nice. So now we have our basic bar like above, and now we just need to create some widget such as this application launcher, Wi-Fi menu, and the battery widget, the workspace manager. There's Bluetooth controller, the sys tray, the clock, and the dashboard button, and we will be done. Cool, man. Hold on, why is there a spacing? There shouldn't be a spacing right there. Move to there. And cannot exist in columns. Yeah, I know what happened. Cannot assign to single columns. What's going on? It's working the same for this as well. Yeah, that is nice. Even those work. I'm satisfied with this. Now I gotta write some widgets and place them there. I think now we need to look at those singletons and other aspect of Quickshell, because these widgets needs to be initialize as a singleton object, so that it's a little bit performance efficient, obviously. We got a study about singleton and how can we like import multiple files right here, because judging by the layout system Quickshell uses, this file going to be a huge one. Let's go to documentation. Quickshell, no, not this, user guide, introduction, and multiple reusable components. We need this one as well. If you have multiple ones, you will notice that your bar. I think we did this. Yeah, we need multiple files now. In this example, as small as this isn't a problem, but as the hell, yeah, obviously, to start, let's move the entire palette. Let's copy this. This is going to be initial file, not right. Copy this right here. Let's go back to here. I believe now this should import this. Import scope bar, and we have this thing right here. I believe we need to remove scope. Oh no, man. Is everything same? Variant panel window process. Variant panel window and process and timer right there. Cool. This is how we can. Okay, so for multiple files, I believe you can import those files in the shell.qml file by just like using the name of the file itself and import right here. Like you don't need to do these kinds of import statement, I believe. Let's run this bar. This is the correct name. Let's see if it runs. Mix Aylur -c projects T shell. Yep, working fine. Cool. I think let's do this clock widget first. I believe this should be the easiest so far. Now what we have so far is we have our basic bar with our layout, that is those three different colors at the top, and now we need a clock widget that is easy to do, and these launcher buttons at the top. These things should be easy to implement right here, and we know about how to like split code into multiple files in Quickshell. Next, we got to study about singletons, so that we can optimize for a little bit of performance, I believe. Let's see. Let's create a new thing called clock.qml. This. I think this is an example for clock like this. Proper. Oh, so if you put these files in some folders, then you gotta use these import statements. Okay, let's see. I would rather do that like this. Okay, we'll load later on. Let's go below. Let's copy this. String time. This time I'm required to use what that we could just separate one. Here, And I believe I can go to this widget right here. Let's expand it a little bit. Right here, we need the clock at the last one, and I can replace it with clock, and I can reference it like this. Anchor stop center in that is parent, and it can be running without time. Hooray, it works! Nice. We got the time, but it's a huge string, you know. I would rather want it to be this simple. So let's see what I've done in my previous configuration. I believe I'm running the same command that was this date one, but something should be different time. Okay, we are using glib, but we need the time in this format. Date. Let's ask Satan. How to get in this format. It is this simple. Alright, now let's replace this process right here, and I think we gotta move these to into its own, you know, singleton class that we gotta study on later. Let's escape these right here and see that didn't work. Why? Because binary could not be found. I know. It should be like this. Hmm. Okay. What? What? Now, move this. Yeah, it should be good. Okay, we will make these two as well. I think we don't need these. Clock is functioning now. Cool. We got our clock update set up. Let's see what more there is. So, yeah, now we are moving the process and other stuff into its own component. Copy this from here, go to this, and it's in scope instead of text now. Let's do this. Go at the top. Go at the top. Move it to scope. And what is missing? Scope, item ID. ID should be root. Required property string. What the heck? Type R enable, type R block enable, scope is not a type. Let's have a button for this launcher right here. If I click this, it launches this VCNA. I believe that's how we pronounce it. It's basically recast for Linux. Yep. Let's see. I need a button, and for that, I think this is it. On click, we execute command like this. Boom. Let's import this first. And then right here, button text is equals to, for now let's just give it a launcher text, and it comes up right here. What properties does it have? Qt quick. Let's see. Button controls, tool button, switch, normal button, on click. How do I execute a command? That's what I wanna see. There are these. Mhm. Let's see in these examples somewhere if we can execute a command. Okay. Documentation. Let's check. Yeah. By using this command policy used in other process to cost of the process. I believe I can do, for example, like something like this. Should be I don't want to run power off. I would like to run. Let's launch this for now. Oh, it works. Fuck, I closed the wrong window. It works. We are bad, but it works. It works. I'm happy it works. I think let's copy. I should launch TNRP and then tPanel and v.s for VICINAE. And this is the command I was looking for. Let's first paste it right here, and bro, come on, please don't do this. This should have. Oh fuck, I know why. Should be this. Nice. We have a launcher now, guys, for AI. Let's see how to import images and SVGs. Should be more of these. Okay, we can directly use this image component, and it comes from does it have something like image? Yeah, icon image. Is we will be using icon image. I believe it can be a direct child of button, icon image. And how do I pass a source? Source should be like this directories dot asset path. Okay. Where is directories coming from? I believe it should be coming from Quickshell. It's Quickshell. So invalid attached object assignment. Hmm. Okay. Please do asset path. Asset path is Quickshell dot shell path. Okay. Should be like. Oh yeah, it should be an widget. Let's go instead of this. And there will be source. Is not a type. Icon image is coming from Quickshell dot widgets. We are not importing it obviously. And now we need this image. Utility panel. No, not the search. The student separation. And we have assets, we need icons, analysis. Let's move from this directly to the home folder. Mm. Patient. And now we have the icons. I can do, I believe, assets slash icon slash let's see, next dash. Let's see if I put it directly right here. Will it lock then? No. Hmm. Source status, actual size, implicit size. This is the image. This is to be default for item dot. Okay. Let's see if I can set like. I really don't need property. Okay, let's set this. Not able to load image. I think this as an example. It is which is this image. I will log out. Yeah, this has quite a good icons. I can like take reference from here. Lock shutdown document. Right here. Mouse. Okay, it's using the image component directly. Let's do that as well. But where is this image coming from? Which item? Not us, and we don't need this. We have loaded something. Now we got a set height and view. Uh, Two things. Okay. Hmm. Not this. Let's ask open code. Containers file that it should follow the expectation. Oh, nice. Open code did work. Um, and I think I can now copy this, paste, yes, and remove the launch. Oh, uh, uh, uh. Let's make the button component into the button. Then it's just we can get the hooks. Yes. Hello, you fucked up the image. But okay. Uh, okay. Uh, should I remove this? And this. The button is there. It's so tiny though. Uh, what is this? If I remove the background, it makes the it shrinks the image. What can be done about this? Also, I want to place it like centrally. The button should be centered. Alignment, align left. Let's mass it later. Should be this. No, okay. What can be done here? Again, see that's up to primate strings. I've been using this GLM5 and so far it's working pretty good. I'm having fun with it. It replaced a lot of things. Fill mode, mouse area. What the heck is mouse area? But it works whatever it is. Turn the place button, measure mouse area, please install image, 700 on the parent right and center and clickable. Mainly, we have a very smooth animation right here. It's still messy, but it works as of now. I'm quite happy. I would like to also change the mouse pointer to be hand gesture. Let's see. Qt6 over change 1 plus. In the hover sender, we can do this. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Import code be quick. We are importing. Find and process. Especially in the master really nice video. And so, let's move this to. I want it like this, but the behavior right here, I want to click on that particular image. So let's move our mouse area to the outside. At least this looks like this now, and we can copy the hover handler outside as well. Yeah. It's been 2 hours, nice, and we we just only have like butter which just barely works and a clock widget. That's all, and we have to like build all this, man. It's gonna take a while for sure, but so far looks good. I believe it's time to get this workspace thingy set up. Uh, let's see. Close. Workspace module. I need a simpler example than this. Hyperland is workspace. This is going to be messy. Now we have something for monitoring our workspace. It's bare minimum, but it works. And now I think the core functionality is there. And the maybe tomorrow I'll be working on getting the styles done so it looks as close as the top bar. Yep, so far I'm enjoying writing QML. It's painful though because I've never wrote one before. Getting a hang of it slowly. Ah, how much resources does it consume? 212 MB, AGS is consuming 237, sort of similar. I think we get all these things done. The rest of them should be just easy because they are just launchers basically. I click here to open Wi-Fi menu. This does nothing. The Bluetooth one also opens the Bluetooth manager. That's all. And we are history and time and this type. We will. It's going to be a pain to rewrite this in Quickshell and Q and QML. But let's see. All right, so it's the third day or the fourth probably. And what we have so far with the bar is we have the launcher button working fine. We have our workspace switcher slash indicator, and we have a clock for ourselves. Today I would like to change this workspace indicator to these pills, and these have some subtle animation. Like if I switch to the second workspace, you can see it sort of, the height the width decreases and increases with the transition, so it looks seamless. That's what I want to do with the Quickshell one as well. And after that, I'll probably work on this Wi-Fi widget as well. So all the building blocks are there. It's just these styling issues that we need to figure out. And compared to AGS was pretty easy since you can just write CSS. Meanwhile, in Qt, it's not CSS, but Qt has their own styling runtime slash system, right? So we are using that. Hmm. So also my mouse button is mouse scroll wheel is fucked. I tried to open it up and uh, you know uh, clean it up inside to so that my mouse scroll wheel works. But sometimes when I scroll down, it's first it scroll ups and then comes down. Not sure what's going on. I think I need to replace my wheel and those the component that are responsible for this scrolling and stuff. We might check it later. Huh. So, where is our workspace switcher? Panel window, mouse area, okay, mouse handler. This was the launcher. Yeah, it's right here. So, right here we are checking for hyperlink.workspaces.values. So, if you don't know what hyperlink.workspaces is, let's go to Quickshell and documentation. Quickshell comes with this hyperlink built-in types, and then I can use it. And if I want to get how many workspace do I have, I can just grab this, and it has some properties that I can loop over and see, such as if I go to hyperlink and go to workspaces. See, it's an object model called hyperlink workspace. Basically, it's an object of this particular instance. That's what I'm doing right here. Values.find. So I'm checking if the workspace.id is equals to index plus 1. So if the var is active right here, right? Because if I'm on the first workspace, then the w.id should be first, and then this workspace should be active. And right here we are doing index plus 1 because the array in normally array starts at 0, and since we are comparing it directly, the id of it should be 1, so we are doing index plus 1. And on the bottom there is called is active. This one was is active. Okay, yeah, this one is checking for focused workspace, like on which workspace I am focused on. We are getting that ID and checking against it that it is index plus 1, right? If I remove this index right here, you can see at the top it starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? That's not what we want, so I'll just switch it back. I believe I will have to replace this text with a rectangle of a radius like of a circular radius most probably, to get that sort of a pill look. Let me see where to see where. Let's do it like this. Rectangle. Remove this text to rectangle. What happened? Font, yeah, sure. Let's make this up. Where is text? Right here. Cool. Now we have these two properties. Let's do alignment first. Layout dot alignment. Dot align probably v center. And after the layout is done, let's set height. Implicit height, this should be 15, and implicit width should be 15 as well for now. So we have these blocks, and then you can see these are sort of working fine, like with active and all other stuff. Now we need to make it circular. So for that, I believe we can do radius of 1000. Yeah, we got these pills like that. Is it? Okay. I don't know if you can see, but the edges around it looks a little bit pixelated. But anyways, the radius is set. Now we need to increase the width of an focused workspace, right? So right here, I believe I can check if the workspace is active, then we can increase the width, otherwise we don't. So it should be let me see. Right here we can do this is active, then let's multiply the height with the width itself. This should be this dot implicit height multiply by 2, and if it's not, let's keep it to this dot implicit height. Yeah, so now you can see we have our desired behavior. Now we gotta work on the animations. I believe it should be same as this one, like the one we did right here. Let's go up and see behavior on color. Let's copy this up, paste it right here, and what happens? Yeah, you can see animations on color, but I would rather want it for implicit width, and instead of color animation, let's do QML with animation. What is this number animation? Okay, I believe we need this number animation. Let's like this. What happened? Implicit WIDT. I type it wrong. Implicit. It is correct. It is correct. Oh yeah, Now it's working. You can see the smooth animation right here, but I think 200 is a little bit longer. Let's do 100. Yeah, 100 seems good. Now we got our desired bar. Nice. Okay, yeah, we need to change the cursor position, cursor on 4 as well. Mouse area, I think right here we need to do the same thing we did at the top with this launcher. Should be where it should be this one. Yeah. And we want it on mouse pointer, a mouse area. Yeah, this is what we want. And on focus, we want to change the color as well. But let's see. This pill is a little bit smaller, it seems. Let's multiply it by 2.2. Does it looks? Yeah, should be fine. But okay, these workspaces are not occupied, and the color seems a little off. Let me grab the color from T-panel. T-panel bar variables. We need this inactive color. And now we paste in it and right here. Yeah, now it's good. I don't know why, but the pill still looks smaller to me. We'll leave it at that for now, but it works. What else do we need? Let me see real quick. Everything is right there. I need a little bit of ease in, ease out kind of animation. Let me search for ease animation. I can do easy.out elastic. Number definition should be like this. This is not elastic. Come on, Gemini, suggest something better, bro. In, out, what? Somewhat okay. Still not same. Sorry, I have to look at my keyboard because not used to this recording and I have to change my placement of this desk a lot. If you see, it's real messy. All the cables are everywhere. These type is out elastic and how many? Let's see all these animations. These are type. Okay. What kind of we need? Let's go. I think let's go with this thing. And I'll change it to around 150 milliseconds. And now you can see they both are similar. Also, the color is not same for both of them. Let's see what was it's X679 and yeah, this one. Let's go. copy this, paste it over here. I think this at the top. This color rendering on NeoVim sucks as well. Need to fix this plugin. This is good. We got it to as close as possible to our original bar. I like it. Nice. Let's keep it this way and see what else do we need more. We have radius, we have color right here. Let's move this condition logic at the bottom, move this radius at the top, and so that we know where we're checking for these. Now we have our workspace layout working fine. Oh yeah, we need to work on these animations of hover and stuff. Should be like this, and the color should be slightly with less, I believe, less strong. Color should be a little with less opacity than the original one. Where did we yeah, this is our hover effect. I believe we're gonna copy it and paste it right here. On mouse area, we should set the hover to true, hover enable true like this. And I believe we need to set the color somewhere. Should be inside. Should be inside mouse area. And we should be checking the hover right here like this. I should paste it right here as well. Okay, it doesn't work for some reason. Maybe because it should be inside. Color to mouse area. Okay. It should be outside. Yeah. No, but if it's outside, then I have to change this logic as well. Damn. We need to change this statement. It's not going to work like this if I do this. Yeah. Then cursor shape right here is fine. Gotta copy this and paste them below right here. This should be a proper function instead, but let's just comment it out for a while and see. Yeah, it works. The animation is working. Let's open up a whole function like this, and first we need to check. Let's check for handler.hover, and if it is hover, let's return purple, and after that we check for since these is active and WS are returning the same color, so we'll do is active or WS, then we return the same color, that is this one, and this is done, and at the last we return the default color, that is this one. And let's comment all these out and check. Yeah, this is what we wanted. What color do I need? When I hover right here, instead of purple, I will rather want a less opacity color than this one. Let's see if there's something. Let's ask ChatGPT. I need yes, that's it. Qt and QML. Okay, I believe we can do this. Let's go right here, paste it like this, and instead of 679C1, let's should work. Yeah. Yeah, this is what we wanted. Are the animation fast enough? Let's do one instead. Yeah. And at that top, I would like to do 150 as well. Yeah. Let's remove both of these statements. Oh my god, man. It was fun writing this workspace widget. It came good. It is as close as to the original one. Yep, it is as close as the original one. If I open the window right here, now you can see. Nice. All right. What's next? I just remember Quickshell doesn't comes with the built-in Wi-Fi service. Yeah, we gotta write it ourselves, and I'm still not comfortable as of now. Q-power is there. Let's do the battery widget. Type bar ID is not unique. Where is the ID? Mouse handler, rectangle, forward, purple. Okay, let's give it an ID of launcher. And let's give this ID of battery. And still not work. Is it complaining for these IDs? battery mouse area. Bar.qml line 86. I just replaced it, bro. Let's change this to battery handler. Let me change it, please. Battery handler and this should be battery. Yeah, now it worked. Let's do the same thing for the launcher right here as well. Launcher, what I do? Launcher handler, we right here do launcher mouse area, launcher handler, launcher icon, should be good. Yep. Let's start commenting this shit out. This is launcher widget. I scroll down, this one is going to be our battery widget. Let's scroll down. This is our workspace widget. Let's scroll further, and this is our block. Or just it, yeah. Block widget. Right. Let's open. Okay. Never mind. Let's workspace block. I should stop navigating through my mouse. It's annoying. Yeah. Let's come to the battery widget and let's load the battery icon, right? Also, before that, I would like to rename all these icons. Project, Quickshell, assets, icons. Yeah, I would like to make them simple. In AGS, I don't know why, but I have to name all these icons like this so that it appears. Otherwise, they were not working properly. For example, you see this. This is my graphic cards icon. It gives me information on whether my GPU, my DGPU is powered on or not, is in hybrid mode or some other than like that. And if I show you the icon for this, it should be GPU, no, battery, Bluetooth, right, CPU. Where is it? Video card. It's like this, right? But see what it's rendering right here. I don't know why this keeps happening, but anyways, let's rename this to battery. Okay, let's control that. This is battery charging. Okay, bro. Let's remove this. It'll be like this. Could be this. FA battery low. It's going to be painful. Let's remove this. I think I can write a script was essentially just removing the first and the last character. Let's ask ChatGPT. Write me a bash script which removes the first and last word. Which rename and removes the first and last word of the file. directory. For example, current on page. There is our script. Was it this? Yeah, let's go with that. Script.sh. Yeah, it worked. And I can like now run. Now we gotta change this to nick symbol. Icons next.svg, it's the same. Set icons. It's still next symbolic, okay. Now it will load, and this is our battery, which is right. For now, let's do battery dash full. At least it's appears like this. And I want there to be this text from uPower. Let's go to this uPower services. Okay, quite a lot of information right there. Let me see how am I doing it on tPanel. Should be battery and percentage is okay. Battery state dot fully charged. Based on that, I'm returning the icon. Okay, never mind. Let's go back to this. We don't need power profiles. We need uPower device state. Let's see all these. On battery devices. Okay, what is this? Percentage. We need this percentage. It comes with services.uPower. Okay. Quickshell.services. Am I importing Quickshell.services? No. Let's do this then. Services, and let's go right here. Quickshell.services is not installed. Maybe it should be like this. Yeah, and I can do maybe uPower device dot percentage. Let's test. Where is the icon? And inside this image, let's have a text widget, which the text should be, what was the uPower device? uPower device dot percentage. uPower device dot percentage not working. This works. Not that is fine. Let's go back to a battery widget instead. Right here. How do I access this? Is it like, I think it should be upower.upower device. Most certainly. Let's type it. Text u, is it small u power, capital U power, u power dot u power device dot doesn't work. U power, that is, let's move it to U power device percentage should be fine, because right here if I have imported hyperland, we are doing hyperland dot maybe services dot upower. All right, so I have managed to get it working. I need to go to, like, I need to reference this upower dot display device instead of this array of object, I believe. The display device gives us the upower device object, and that have these certain properties which is accessible like this. And then I can then calculate the percentage and then what's the change rate of the battery, right? And we are returning it right here, so it gives us same thing. The first one is the percentage itself, and the second one is how much like energy is being consumed by the system itself. If it is charging, then it shows the positive rate, and when it's not on charging, then it shows the actual power consumption. Cool. Let's remove this. Gotta work on the styling though, but let's see. I think spacing. Let's ask ChatGPT. I don't want to do it. How to space these QML widgets. Okay, let's remove it with the bottom so that it's not. Maybe gotta do this. Nah. Use row. Yeah, we should use row. That should be correct. And we should remove these two from right here. That is fine. And the image is a little bit weird now. Let it be full size. Cool. Oh, nice. 79% 0. This is good. We are loading the assets right here, and yeah, I would like to, check what icon it should have. What I was doing. Okay, right here I was just checking if the percentage is below certain thing, then we load like different icon. I think we should do the same thing right here as well. Right there in these sources, let's open up a function, and We're gonna do the same thing right here. Go at the bottom, copy the percentage thingy, paste it here. We should keep the 100. And if it's below 30, then we load this low. If it's above 70, then we load the battery full icon. Okay. Yeah, right here it should be battery full. And on charging, we should return battery charging. Where we should return battery low. Let's fix this one. And right here we should return. Let's copy this. It will either be battery medium or it should be battery full. And let's comment these out for now so that we can see the icon loading. Yep, it works. Let's have this Bluetooth widget now. It's essentially going to be the same thing as this. Instead of this launching this launcher, it's gonna launch this Bluetooth TUI. So let's copy all this and let's come to workspace. After workspace, we want this right here. What style? Bluetooth widget. And paste everything right there. And we gotta change this ID and stuff. Bluetooth handler, Bluetooth mouse here. Bluetooth handler and launcher icon should be Bluetooth. Cool. And for Bluetooth icon, we're gonna load Bluetooth.svg. Nice. We'll give this a white color later on. And yeah, we gotta, instead of this, I believe we're gonna launch Bluetooth. We're gonna launch this command. Western start test class Western floating blue TUI. My launcher also have a Bluetooth scanner. Maybe just launch this. Yeah. So we have a scan feature right here. Start scanning. Yeah, we do have. Let's launch these devices. I'm gonna copy the deep link right here. And where is the command? Yep. Listen. This. It's 2 hours and 90 minutes. I think that's it for today. Gotta go and do other work, man. So in this whole migration of my Valent shell, So far, we have all the necessary pieces right here. They're functioning, but there are a little bit of gotchas that needs to be taken care of. Only for this bar, as of now, we don't have this. What do you say? This dashboard. Although I'm not going aiming for this similar layout, it's going to be a little bit different, or maybe inspired by other people's setup that I need to check. Tomorrow we'll be working on. I'll skip this Bluetooth part, this Wi-Fi widget, cause since Quickshell doesn't have this inbuilt, and I am not yet comfortable writing these services myself, cause I need to learn a lot of things about QML. I'm still wrapping my head around it. It's sort of a tricky as of now. But so far it looks simple. I'm like getting the hang of it. And I want to I think I should start working on modularizing this, like moving their components into their own separate folder instead of having everything in the same file. It's a pain point to, go up back and forth. But it works, and I'm quite happy that it does. I wish Visine has an extension to show Bluetooth stats, the battery stats, etc. Maybe there is some extension. We'll check it out later on. But so far, we are good. All right. See ya. Right, because you can see at the top, it is somewhat like this. It is close, but we are still working. And this is how I code stuff. Table is a little bit messy. There's cable everywhere. That is my server I told you about. That is from Minis Forum MSA1. Right here is my gaming PC. And this is the laptop. These are my keyboard, mouse. This is the view. Just wanted to share, that's all. Let's set up the camera. So let's get the positioning and alignment of this widget correct and see how it goes. So I have added like two more things, that is font sizing, and I've changed the font name to font to the medium instead of semi bold. That's all. And in the text widget I have just set the font size. That's all. So let's see about the layout. Let's copy this whole thing first so that I don't mess it up somewhere. Let me open Z and paste it there. Yeah, new file. Let's paste everything there. Cool. Now I can make changes in this file. Role layout right here is fine. Gotta do something about this, taking the whole space. Instead of that, these should be three, should be three columns, one in the left, one in the middle, one in the right. That's the thing we did initially, but I don't know, somehow we have lost track of it. Let's comment everything out. Let's remove everything from here to this point. And we have an empty window again. We are in the row layout. Let's see the docs for row layout. QML row layout. What's the difference between a row and row layout? Nice. You will prefer to row because okay, never mind. Also, so far QML is as similar as if you like have a experience in writing C sharp or writing desktop UIs in C sharp, we use something called XAML, and QML is similar to that. Even with Avalonia UI, if I can show you, wait, have this one. Get started. If I can show you a demo, developers, browser playground. Yeah, it is somewhat like this, right? But the syntax is different, but the concept is particularly same. To render these widgets. I have just realized due to some reason, whatever, like I was recording something and it's not updating what's on my screen. Damn it, OBS. Oh my god, now you can see. So again, I'll repeat some couple of steps. We have got our bar exactly the same as the above one. Everything is working. Now I'm just trying to get the system tray to appear here as well. And for that, for some reason, this rectangle right here is not displaying, maybe because of a height or a layout issue. That's what I'm trying to figure out with the open code. Yep, that's pretty much it. Creates nothing in the, if the system provider run this CA, but if it creates nothing in the, yeah, I know. Obviously, that's not it. If I do that, then it's gonna replace everything. Parent dot height, layout dot fill with true, everything should be fine. We have a sub row with the repeater itself. Or maybe, no, we don't want this. It's annoying. From the ground to this. Repeat that and make some plans. This is what I did and it didn't work. Now it works. What the fuck? Straight row dot implicit width plus 12. Okay. Okay. Or maybe I can do just layout dot fill width to and get rid of this. Okay, this is the reason. Got it. ATS is fine. Of image minus and I would love to set the margins. We'll leave it like this for now and check later on. What else do we need? So far we have everything. 300 lines of code, 5 days of effort, learning QML and other stuff, and I still, somewhat knows QML, but not entirely. System tree, replace it with plus 16. Plus 10. Let's unify this radius, spacing, and couple of aspects, and animation as well. Okay, from here and property string string radius, property and duration. There's one more thing. Radius, duration, padding, spacing. Yeah. Let's do spacing and radius. Let's set it to 8. Duration should be 150. Spacing should be 8s. And let's replace it throughout this code base. Appearance dot radius and margin to this should be margin, right? This should be spacing, and this should be appearance dot spacing again. Let's make another variable called padding, and let's keep it that way. Spacing. Spacing should be spacing, margin should be margins. Put a little bit taller. Yeah. See the system tray is space or repeat case. Let's do minus. About same. Let's make it a little bit more smaller. We should be fine. Maybe oh, we have still one more widget to complete. Damn, man. We still need my, let me show you. MGS music. I need this widget. This music visualizer. I can see the pain. Does Quickshell comes with inbuilt widget for this? Okay, nope. We don't have a built-in service. We'll leave it as it is for now. Because again, the Wi-Fi manager and this music visualizer depends on you to write your own service, right? Like these, like you shall have these built in, but not for a Wi-Fi menu or a network manager applet or for this widget called Kava. So far, so good. I think the distance between these two buttons is too much. It should be paste skills in minus 4. Fuck it. I don't care for now. I'll leave the bar as it is. So let's read the part 1 here only, and then in the part 2 of this devlog, I'll be working on this dashboard, migrating from AGS to Quickshell again. And man, it's going to be a painful journey. It took me quite a quite a lot of time to get this configured in Quickshell compared to AGS, since because AGS is just basically CSS, because it uses GTK. GTK is configured via CSS, so it was easy for me to use this. But Quickshell has its own styling engine. That's pretty much about it. Let's wrap it up. If you guys like this kind of content, like where I go through stuff that I do mainly for fun, and you like these develop kind of thing, just hit me up in the comments. Let me know if this works. I'm kind of deciding like what kind of content should I make, still figuring out. So just let me know what you guys prefer, and I'll try to keep the content centered around it. That's pretty much it. All right, man. See ya.